We do vacation rentals. We help timeshare owners rent out their unused timeshares. In a bad economy right now, most people aren't going on vacations, and they've pretty much got money sitting there. So we help them get the money out of it.
And you are also, and your name is?
Matthew Velez.
Okay. So you guys have been using Zoho for a year. Take me back to before Zoho. How were you essentially communicating with all these people who want to rent out their homes?
We purchased a bulk set of leads, and we were pretty much cold calling them through dialer software that had rudimentary client management properties to it. We realized that that wasn't sustainable or expandable, so we tried to move away from that. That's when we learned about Zoho. It was significantly less than Salesforce, so we decided that was probably a good move at that time, and we've been with it ever since. Love it.
So what are you able to do now that you weren't able to do before?
Well, some of the things that we were able to do before was just really we had the proper things in mind to collect data and manage just a few Salesforce. But now that we have Zoho, we can go ahead and normalize the data for our over 70,000 leads that we've processed, and go ahead and actually create normalized protocols amongst all our Salesforce to take out human error and really just create more efficient business. So we're able to keep things from falling through the cracks that we otherwise would have lost in business.
All right. What is normalize? I'm going to ask the person who's not the data analyst. What does normalize all the protocols mean?
Normalize all the protocols means that every single person on our sales floor, and we have over 60 people, is all doing their own thing. They're inputting data at their own rate. They're doing it in their own fashion. And that's a problem, because if you're looking to generate reports and figure out how you're doing as a company and track the performance of the company, and everybody's inputting data in a different way, that's a big problem, because now you can't pull a report that tells you anything. So if we can normalize it and they're all inputting stuff in the same way, following the same protocols, at that point then we can generate reports that are meaningful to us through Zoho's capabilities.
So what reports are you pulling right now, and what does it mean to the business that with these reports?
Well, one of the things that we're doing is we generate sales reports. So we're seeing how efficient our current employees are, how many calls they're making, what's transforming into demos, what of that is actually transforming into a sale. And by calculating out these percentages, we can do a few things. One, we can optimize the workflow that we're doing and see what works better and what's not. And another is we can actually just utilize a dashboard and just have our individual sales members look at the direct impact of every single phone call they make, and it motivates them to really put in the time and to want to be more productive, because they can see the exact dollar amount that they're making based on every single action they do.
All right, let's get to the important question. You've been using Zoho for a year. What does it mean actually to your business? How has your business changed in the past year?
Well, in the past year, we've quite literally gone from 10 employees in a 3,000 square foot office to over 60 in a 25,000 square foot office. And that's directly related to a number of business relationships, more importantly, a more organized sales force. And by having a good client management software, we're able to track everything and keep track of a very large number of leads that we wouldn't normally be able to.
I mean, the other system you had before, is there any conceivable way you could have pulled this off?
No, not at all. Not at all. So.
All right. So another company that's similar to yours in the sense that they're trying to essentially pull in a huge database of leads and to try to convert them. What advice would you give them? They have yet to, adopt any CRM package. What advice would you give?
I would have to say keep yourself organized, create protocols from the get-go and stick to them. Because if you're constantly changing your systems, if you're constantly changing your protocol, you're just going to create gaps and things are going to fall through the cracks. So if you have a system in place and you stick to it, it's easier to make minor changes later than try to figure it all out from on the fly, which is essentially what we've done, and that was one of our biggest mistakes, and that hindered our growth for a while. So my advice would be keep it organized, set a protocol, stick to it, and that's a sustainable, growable sales force.
Excellent, guys. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.